Hello everyone, we're visiting today with Robin Frank. Robin has a new show that he's working on for KMPT television. Robin, what's your new show called?
The Professor App Show, and basically it's short for Professor Applications. It is actually a how-to show where we actually build things, or at least I build some things, and show you what can be done safely and things like that.
Okay, that sounds great. Can you give us an example of something you might build on the show?
Well, everyone takes, we'll say, sawhorses for granted. You can buy them for about 20 bucks, and you can buy a couple of 3 different sizes. But suppose you need something that is an unusual size because it has a dual purpose. We'll say, like, it looks like it's basically a sawhorse, but we'll say it supports lighting, and let's say it has to be disguised as a horse hitching post because it belongs in an outside show.
Okay.
So we will build a sawhorse.
That sounds really cool. And so you're working on your show. What does that mean when somebody develops a show? How does that work?
Well, in one aspect, it's almost a lot harder to develop it than it is to do it. Once you get rolling with your material, that's relatively straightforward, especially if you know and understand what you're going to do. But when you're preparing, you are in a different world. Anything that you need, if you're off on a location, you have to guarantee that that's there. It can't be, oh, I need such and such.
So when you say a location, what you mean, just so it's clear for our viewers, you mean that you're shooting the videotape for the show somewhere other than in a studio. Is that what you mean?
Yes, but it could also mean the studio. Let's take woodworking. If I'm in my front yard, if I need something, I can just go into the backyard and snag a piece of lumber. If I'm in the TV studio and I forget that piece of lumber, I'm pretty well boned. I'm sorry, but that's the only way to put it.
Yeah.
So if you're in your backyard, that may be a location, but you already have it. If you're in the studio, you have to remember to bring everything.
Okay, so when we're talking about a show called, again, what's your name of your show?
The Professor Apps Show.
Okay, well, I'm really happy to be part of letting people know about your show, and thank you for visiting with us today. This has been Mark Isaac Potter. I do a show called In Our Community on KMPT television as a volunteer producer myself.
And it's a good show, I can assure you.
So folks, we hope that you'll tune in to those shows on KMPT television, and thanks again, Robin, for visiting us with us today.
It's my pleasure, and thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much.
And thank everyone for even going to YouTube. It's quite an amazing thing. I'm new to it, so it's a whole new world for me.
Thanks again. All right, bye-bye.